Alright, welcome back everyone. Here we are through page 23. Got a good, got the full height of the structure in place. Still got our water wheel rolling. Of course our little Cuckoo. I'm not going to hook up the power beforehand tonight. Just out of convenience because I'm going to have to install it at one point tonight. So let's just sort of leave it over there unhooked for the moment. Like I say, really coming together, looking good on both sides actually. Gonna have a lot of good, really nice details I think. I'm really getting anxious and excited to see how this is going to turn out, what it's going to look like. But if you're new here, this is what I do. I buy these kits and build them step by step, mostly in real time. You get to see all my successes and all my failures and how I hopefully fix those inevitable failures as they come up. Upload daily and just trying to have a good time. We're not solving the world's problems, we're just building silly little models and having some fun. See any kits or builds or sets or anything you want me to take a shot at, feel free to drop in the comments. I'm always looking to add on to my list. And I've got the most intelligent audience on YouTube because y'all provide me with nothing but the best options. So, with all that out of the way, we're ready to get building here. So, jumping in on this side. That's where our next switch goes. And we use P9. Two of those. Get P9s to come out of there. We just see, here we go. Like this. Yeah, there goes the guys. Let's say P9, right? Yeah. Figured they'd be loose there. Yeah, they're sort of. They're not loose, but they're not tight either. So let's bring them down to where they're flush with the other end. Okay. Make it just peeking out a little bit, so I got. I don't know if you'll be able to get. So just get just a little bit proud of the flat bit, so we can line it up with our holes without looking. Hopefully, that one's. Just enough to get a little bump when it pops in place. Yeah. And that did work. Okay. Now this guy holds through this hole here. And just sort of like singe it over there a little bit. Oh, actually, we're going reading the instructions now. Okay. Goes top of everything. Oops. Goes into this slot here. Alright. So now it's locked in place over there. And then it's going to come back around. Okay, because all our plugs are on that side, so that makes sense. And the next step is what I did yesterday with that green wire from underneath. Evidently I wasn't supposed to leave it plugged in this whole time, but I did just run it up through there so it's all coming into our little access panel here. Just about blanked on that word, and so I'm glad it came to me at the last second. And let's see here. And got all our plugs coming in. And we get this guy. We go on the blank side. Here, this got a little bit of a detail on our. So I'm not sure what that is, but that detail's on that side. And then this goes over here, and we go get our P10s, two of those to hold this in place. do just drop in, so it's lined up first. Little wiggle room. Oh. And next. And snug them on down. Alright. I hope I did that right side up. I did. Okay. Now, get this guy installed on these. Oh. I think I did. Yeah, that's right. So then, okay, I'm still putting it on. I thought they flipped it. They didn't flip it. That was confusing me. All right, so we just drop these guys into our hinges there. Should be an easy enough thing. But they're not. Put these guys back through because I think it's got to be. Looks like the way it's made, you got to go in flush here. I think it's gonna. Okay. Not cooperating from this side. Okay. Oh, that one was in too far. The bottom one was in too. There they go. Yeah, just being a little cantankerous. I ain't got a good, easy access panel thing there. And on to page 25. We're supposed to take this red wire, go evidently up and behind everything through there. Show it just going up and away over here. Now, let's start doing some plugging. Looks like our top yellow wire goes into 4. Wait. Okay. Then green goes into 3. Blue is 2. And that other yellow one is 1. Everybody back. And of course, okay, so now we leave this back in here because we close it, bring our lock down, it does lock it in place there. Now, get you over here out of the way-ish. Cause that goes to our cuckoo clock, our cuckoo bird house. We bring this guy down. I think. Away. Okay, so you're in place. And yeah, it still does open. It's a little picky about that. Okay, but it still works. Okay. Okay. Now Working on the backs from this side. We're going to put some decoration over here. I have been looking at this light here. It's sort of, I'm worried about it working its way over and interfering with our pendulum. So I've actually thought ahead and got the hot glue gun ready. Just knock something off the table. I'm just gonna just a touch here to make sure it stays out of the way over there. I'm sort of curious what I dropped. Just a little bit of anchor in there. It's nothing structural or anything. Just want to make sure I don't regret not doing it later on. And I think I can unplug my glue gun there so I don't forget about it later. Now, okay, this is steps, I think, now that I'm looking at it. Okay. So there's single on the bottom. Double. Yeah. Okay, this is the back, so that's how, yeah, that's how we do want these facing the both the same way. So. So this is what we're going to be seeing. Okay, and they just drop into those. These just drop into that. Some steps or something going on there. Okay. And that was all there was for 25. So on page 26, I think it's a little more involved. I don't know how much I love dealing with string. Okay. Our stud's going in from the back side. This guy lined up. Won't break another one. There he goes. These guys go. Let's see, I think. Yeah, this is the front where the clock's going to be, so we want the colored side to go that way. No, this is the colored side on the outside on both of them. Okay. Now, those two. Okay, got our shoulder right there. We're supposed to drop in and over here. Okay, so this is top. I guess sort of get it started in the top first, and then line up and seat it on the. Yeah. No. It doesn't require force going in. It just slots in. Feels like it's not gonna go. It doesn't go in tight. So I think we're gonna have the roof here covering this up anyway, so it doesn't need to be super snug. All right. Now these guys. Yeah, string. They're saying, okay, we want 18 centimeters, and they give us a handy dandy template in the book, so I'll do that. Try maybe a little extra to play with. Okay. Okay, now we got to send that in. It's going to have a string running between them. We're supposed to take P10. And we just run this in. Okay, put a thread string in there. And then we put the P10 on top of it, evidently. That's going to hold it in. Which makes sense. Yeah, that feels pretty secure. Now, they've actually given us the old Boy Scout diagram of how to tie the knot, which I was always terrible at following. I think I'm facing this way, so let's do that. So, thread it through, coming towards the picture. And tie a knot on this end. Simple little slip knot. Okay. Now, you that way, just to run you around and back. And take a loop and run you through there. Pull you tight. And pull that. It's supposed to be about 12 centimeters, and I'm looking at not that many. So we're doing so between I'm at 11, so I missed by a centimeter, so I'm feeling pretty okay about that. It does feel nice and tight. Okay, so that's all there was for 26. On to 27. So there's another P9 screw out. Maybe. Didn't want to come out. There it goes. Oh. Excuse me. Frog in my throat or something tonight. So here's our switch that we just put in here. And this guy with our end on it goes over that way. And then we just run through here and into that one. Is make sure you leave some slack in it so it's got that's going to be our it's really going to be a pull switch. Okay, so that's cool. Okay, I think yeah. Oh yeah, that's what we do. Just run it down through this little lead here. I sorta want to shorten this. Let me see if I can tie another knot closer in. Should be able to. that. Keep our thread from fraying. Now let's take this off. Right there. Yeah, that's a little bit neater on our. Back through there. Okay. And that sort of hangs down there, so I guess that's supposed to work our lights. Okay. And where am I now? Okay. So we gotta build the wall for the other side. So the same thing as before, and some railing posts. Alright. Easy peasy. All right. Same sort of thing there. We got our little we'll have a lip on this side. What's going on? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong side. That would do it. Got our little lips on front and back there. Okay, there we go. Got a little wiring peeking out here. There's not a lot of containment room there, but that seems to be playing along nicely. It's staying sort of tucked in. And I say all that wire is right there. So. Okay. Now, bring out a little bit. And we got all our posts that go around the edge here. It's going to be like a balcony situation, I'm assuming. Snug fit, got a little wiggle on. Ooh, actually, there's only every other one, so it's not you. Yeah, so it's, every other socket gets one of these. Plainly demonstrated on the diagram that I was trying to ignore. I don't know about y'all, but I'm a little disappointed there's no propulsion on this water wheel. Alright. That's all for 27. On to 28. Got, which way? There you are. working on decorations. It's going to be at least one more day, but maybe tomorrow we'll finish up. I don't want to overestimate. It'll be tight. I think it'll be the one slightly long build tomorrow or two reasonably short builds the next couple of days. So it's going to be a hit or miss situation on that. Okay, we'll make our first. So you there. Push on to that's cool. I think I did that upside down. So yeah, matches up better like this. Barely. And then this guy goes up from the bottom. So same thing again. Did I do it upside down again? I think I did. I'm not sure. I'm not even sure it matters. What do you think? Okay, these sort of match up here on the ends, so I'm going to go with that. Okay, got our planters in. And they go on our central post here. Okay, so I don't know if y'all can hear it, but I got neighbors shooting fireworks off again tonight. They're enjoying. They're starting early on the 4th and going long and hard on it. Okay. Now these guys fill in the rest of the blanks, and I actually sort of colored in on one side of them to sort of keep them straight. Same sort of thing, but these got studs at the top, so this is what we're going to mount our railing onto. I guess I should tilt it so you can see how I'm doing the exact same thing again. Yeah, I know I haven't actually finished it yet, but I'm going to go ahead and call it on this one. This is definitely a buy. This is going together like a dream. Feels good in your hand so far, and that's not even got, without even having the roof on to solidify it. But it feels, I don't feel. Sometimes you feel worried about picking them up and moving them. This one feels solid already. So I said I'm definitely gonna put this in my definitely. You should buy this one and check it out column. It's a good one. But I think y'all had already figured that out mostly. Last one in here. Alright. Now, gotta refer to the next batch. Still on page 28. Here's our railing, and a little more railing, and a couple more maybe standoffs. I don't know, not sure what else to call them. These guys are wider on the bottom than the top, so they go in on the front, our little mini balcony here in front of the clock. wiggle in there. Okay, now our looks like mini balcony railings. Now, these guys just on either side, and we just put in. Just turn that corner just because it's easy access. And then, not too shady, not too tough, not too tough. Like it. Last one. Alright. Railing around a little balcony dealio. And that concludes 28. And it's finally time to officially install our cuckoo clock. Our cuckoo bird, rather. Get you plugged in. And just slot you in. There it goes. Alright. Everything's plugged in. It's time to do a power check, I think. Cord routed over here without knocking everything over. Okay, so. Okay. So the step does do the cuckoo bird when you wire them in correctly, and then got our little pull chain, which does do our lights. Yep, nice and effective. Got our pendulum down there, and it, my camera said if you can't sell it, but it does something like that. Second hand's moving. Looks like the minute hand's moving slowly based on when it was plugged in last night. Everything, yeah, that pendulum's going crazy in there. So, let's see here. Alright. Oh, let's see here. So, lights. Okay, whoop, other way. Gonna actually do the first little bit of our roof now, I think. That's the part of this page I really want to get to, but I do want to finish up a whole page before I stop. Just makes it easier on me to note where I'm at. We got, let's see, ace, clubs, and plain, and a couple of things. And we'll go, okay, upside down ace. These, okay, so one is 19 and one is 20. Which one's which? Okay, this one's 20 because it's got this facing this direction, so you go in. Okay, I don't know if it's inside or outside. You gotta be outside because we're gonna want this thing on the outside of our frame over there. Yeah. So, and yeah, because this will be blank for when we actually install it onto the house. Okay. Yeah. And Actually, no, it's got a texture on it. It sort of looks like you're supposed to take it out, but I think... Well, my screen just went blank. Hope I'm still recording. I think I got a bad connection somewhere. Okay, it's back. Okay. Club. On our next up. And this on the last guy. Okay. And this goes here on our, like so there's, I say the studs we're going to be using to mount it up. Make sure you'll hear in there. You should be, just pop you on there. I can't see underneath to see if it's does not go in. Okay, that one's in. That one went in first try. There's our first little roof section in. And last thing we do before we finish up this page, take the A from the other side. And we do, and this is, I painted it, but that's the blank side. This is the one that has actually the textures and everything on it. It's gonna, you'll end up here, of course, but if for some reason we did that first, then we're building the rest of the roof. But that concludes page 29. So that seems like a good spot to stop. Like I say, I'm pleased with our progress. Got the other end. Find the plug again. I do like the pull switch for the light, sort of throwback to the old days. I remember my grandmother's house, she had the, they call it the root cellar, where you, okay, I keep hitting the, something on there is my, must have a bad, probably got a cheap HDMI cable. Okay. But she had the root cellar where she had just the single light bulb and the little pull cord underneath it to light everything up. So I'm reminiscing about that. I'm still wish there was some propulsion there, because I think that would be cool to see it moving as things went, but wasn't meant to be. Otherwise, really coming together good. I'm liking this one. I'm glad y'all pointed this out to me and I picked it up. I guess this means I'm going to have to pick up that seahorse sailing ship too, because y'all had too many people suggest that for me to ignore that one, because I'm sure it'll turn out just as good. But that's where we're going to stop. Thanks for watching, everybody. Like, subscribe, comment, complain, share, do whatever you want to with all that. Be good to one another, stay safe, and click on a link. There's my channel up there if you want to subscribe. There's my other channel over there. I do experiments a couple of times a month on that. Here's what YouTube thinks you should be watching, and that there is the playlist for this whole build. See you tomorrow.